Hi guys, so today talk about my journey which I did a few years ago regarding me taking my driving license, HGV license from a car license. So first thing is finding a school. Number one, that's the first one. Second is having your medicals and provisional. Third one is hazard perception and theory test. Um, the hazard perception and theory test. There are loads of apps. If you go on your app store on your phone, you can look for HGV apps which you practice. Most of the apps are for free, but you'll be inundated with advertisements, which not a issue anyway if you're not paying for anything. And stage number four, which is your 3A, which is reversing in the test center, and then 3B is a road test, which will be on the road. The last stage of my line is CPC modules. So going back to the top there, it's finding a school. You need to find a school which is near you. The school may recommend a place where you can go for your medicals. So the medicals, they cost roughly £50, and in London they can come to you for 65. They also offer, this website here also offers business. I believe this is group bookings for the medical. It involves you declaring any conditions that you have. So DVA normally wants to know your family history of diabetes, blood pressure, or if you suffer from fits, that kind of thing. That's what you need to declare. And then after that, the doctor will do a blood pressure test and also an eye test. So the eye test, you'll be reading from a distance, and if you pass the eye test, he will sign your provisional form, and you will send it off to DVLA. So he's the one who signs the medical. That's the reason why you go for medical. And the next stage, after you get your provisional entitlement on your license, takes about a week or two. You will need to do number three on my list, which is the hazard theory and the hazard perception. So in the car license, the theory and hazard perception are one test, but in HGV, the theory is separate and the hazard perception is a totally different booking of a test. So these are two different tests in HGV. Same applies if you're doing the bus license. The bus license, I believe, is class D. So in HGV, which is heavy goods vehicle, or what they will be testing for you in HGV goods is your knowledge about carrying goods. So the class D, which is for buses, the questions are based on carrying passengers. So that's the difference between HGV and LGV and Class D, which is the buses. So LGV means large goods vehicle. HGV is heavy goods vehicle, which is Class C for rigid, or C plus E if it's articulated lorry. So once you do those two tests, if you pass those two tests, you can use apps to revise on the tests. You find them plenty of free ones on the Play Store. You can, so many apps anyway about. After you pass those, you go back to your driving school, and you would be in a position to do number four, which is 3A. You'll be practicing now for 3A and 3B. So 3A is a reverse exercise in the yard, in the test center, and 3B is a road test. So you'll be driving now on the road. So as for the test, so when I did my test, I paid 1,400 with JSM School of Transport, which is in Edmonton, North London. I paid 1,400. So for this West London company, it is offering this upgrade course. So those people who are driving in Zimbabwe and South Africa, this is the amount that you need to look out for. Average 1,500. So this is the London fee. So if you're outside London, you possibly be paying a lot less than this. And majority of the driving schools, they do offer finance, so you will possibly be paying about £80 a month. to pay back this loan here, which is what I did anyway. And if you go online, what I figured it out is that if you go on the Google search for HGV training, majority of the companies that you come across at the top of the results are normally agents. So the agents are be charging for this exact course here, which is example of this 5-day one. They'll possibly be charging 500 to £1,000 for the same course. So going back to what I said earlier is the average will be 1,500, which you need to pay. So if you're driving in Zimbabwe, South Africa, or anywhere, any country, there's no need for you to take a 7-day course. The course you need to look out for is a quick course, which is average 4 days. When I did my course, I'd never driven a lorry before, but I went for the 4-day course, which was Monday training, Tuesday training, Wednesday training, and test on Thursday. And I still passed. So driving an HGV from a car is just showing you how to control a bigger vehicle. That's what HGV training is about, because you already know how to drive. They're not teaching you how to drive, but they're teaching you how to control the bigger vehicle. So after you pass that, that's the 3A, which is the driving. 3B, yeah, after your training, you do the 3A, which is reversing on site, and 3B is the road test. When you pass that, the last stage will be number 5. It's the CPC module. So the CPC modules is a show and tell exercise with somebody from DVLA. I think Vosa or DVLA, I don't know, one of them. They're the same company. So a show and tell is what I did was I had a book, which is a defect book, which I was reading from. I'll tell him, show him, I check for my tires, and I'll be showing physically showing him how I check for my tires, checking for the wipers. He'll be watching what I'm doing, and he'll be recording how I'm performing. Check for tires, check for wipers, check for oil, check if there's enough washer fluid, make sure that the indicators are working properly and the indicators are clean, the number plate is clean, that kind of thing. That's what they're looking for. They're not expecting you to be perfect, but at least you have an idea on majority of the things that you need to look out for before you go on the road with the lorry. That's the number 5. And then as for the digital card, which is the tachograph card, you can apply for a digital card, the tachograph card, at any point. So even today, if you decide to apply for the digital card, you can apply for it. And yeah, it's anyone can have it. A lot of companies right now in the UK with vans, with the fleet of vans, they actually have this tachograph card. So guys with a car license driving vans, some companies require them to have digital tachograph to record their driving hours. So anyway, good luck. One other thing is, yes, this one here. If you're in East London or near East London, Essex, you can try this chap here for a quick course. His name is Jamie. That's the company there, East London based, and yeah, he offers. I think it's 1,600 that he charges for a 3-day course. So if you've already been driving, if you explain to him that you've already been driving, if you tell him you just want to go from car to HGV, most of the companies will tell you one story. But if you explain to them that you've been driving and what you need, but that's the number there. If you need, if you're near East London or if you wish to travel, that's the number. Anyway, good luck.